Greetings, Talvar. I hope you've had a fantastic week. And today, in this episode, I'm going to be giving you a special reveal of the Experimental Prototype Cadre list that I've come up with for the Sheffield UKTC Super Major that's happening this upcoming weekend. So, previously I've done like some MetaMundi analysis and things like that, and that's still going to be a thing going forward. There's just no MetaMundi update as of now, and I thought I'd give you a quick snapshot of the data that we've got from StatCheck, especially around the new slate and obviously how the meta is unfolding. But this data is just this tab here, so it's the Q1 2025 data slate, not including the previous ones of 1.4 over to 1.7. So we have currently the meta is standing very strong for the Orcs at 62%, followed up by Eldari, which is of no surprise, especially with the new Orc detachment, which is the Daka, and Daka is actually performing 67%. Same with Dreadmob, but these are only like small amount of games played for the Dreadmob, but more Daka, as you can see, has had 49 players and 242 games played, and it's at 67%. So clearly a very popular detachment for obvious reasons, and it's very strong. Then we have Eldari at 57, and the Devoted of Unid, which is Yanari, has had 187 games played and 40 players, and that is around about, again, 67%, give or take. And then you've got a few other games played with Seer Council and Windrider Host, but the main two that you'd have to prepare for at events currently are obviously Daka and Devoted of Unid. This causes a little bit of a problem for Tau, because not only is the Daka really potent, there are builds that you can do to at least try and stand a chance against it, but it does, I suppose, need you to win the Defender roll-off to be able to block out the Zogrog and Grot maneuver with a Scout move 9, then they call it Loire for 1 CP, then they move 12, advance, shoot, and charge, and they have a 5-up bun, so they can really clog up your deployment and tag certain pieces of yours that are wanting to maybe play the game early. So you need to be thinking about that, and we have various tools like infiltrating units, Pathfinders specifically, maybe Farstalkers, that kind of stuff that can try and stop that. But clever Orc generals are taking a unit of commandos so that they can at least guarantee, try and guarantee, should I say, because if they win the Defender roll-off, they'll block off a part of the board with the commandos and then utilise the Zogrog maneuver straight up. It is a very powerful combo, but it does still need them to win the Defender roll-off and go first, which is a 50% chance on both. So it ain't always going to happen, but you've got to prepare for this nonetheless. And the Devoted of Unid is an entire different scenario. I mean, I've done a video on it within the Discord for Chassels. I did a big document, what they can do, what they can't do, when they can do it, if you do this, so on and so forth. So if you are looking for a bit more information on how to tackle both these two detachments, I've done the Orc one of Daka, which is available for all tiers, and then a specific one for Devoted of Unid for Chassels. So make sure to check that out if you are a member already, and if you're not, click on the description in the link below and sign up now. So let's have a look at Tau. So the reason I just can't wait to give you a little bit of a snapshot of both those detachments is because I've been trying to plan a list for Sheffield Super Major. And if I'm honest, if you look at the Tau performance here, there's 2 detachments, or 3 detachments should we say. But we're going to kind of go on the quantity of games rather than low quantity and high quality. So Kroot is still performing strong, simply because it is our variant of a stat check list with loads of bodies, stealth, sticky objectives, scout move 7, so it can be very aggressive when it comes to the primary scoring aspect and board control. So Kroot, I'm doing very well. So for those master shapers out there, well done, massive respect. 2 of you out there doing the Lord's work when it comes to the Kroot hunting pack. Then we got Kauyon. So Kauyon is a good old classic, as we all know. Sustain hits 2 is one hell of a drug, and it can perform very well. And we've had 11 players and 51 games played, and Kauyon is at 51%. With a 1.51 over rep, and then we move on to the Experimental Prototype Cadre. So 58 games played, 11 players, and at 50%. And it's a 3.2 over rep. So when you look at the over rep, it's a popular detachment because it's brand new, and it's pretty much bringing back the whole bore can kind of style of play. So I looked into this, and then I thought, I had a couple of games, and I come up with a few lists, and I do actually like the detachment. The extra range is nice on certain weapon profiles that we maybe don't see play, and also it enhances certain units that maybe we do see play, but in certain detachments. So, for example, Flamer Star Scythes are really popular in the retaliation because you get the +1 strength, and then if you're within 9, you get +1 AP. And with access to 6-inch deep strike, you can really pull off that combination of strength 5, AP 2, Flamers, and just go to town. But the Experimental Prototype Cadre gives you the extra 6-inch range, which means your Flamers get 18-inch range, and also you can boost the strength and AP with the stratagem if you want to subject yourself to hazardous, or just +1 strength without taking hazardous. So the detachment offers you a little bit more aggression when it comes to your output, and boost the range of a lot of guns, like breaches, like SMS on broadsides, like flamers, plasmas going from 18 to 24, fusions going from 12 to 18. It is a nice quality of life. And then the stratagems that are defensive, with the -1 to wound in both shooting and combat phase, is very good to keep your suits alive, especially at T5 bodies, and can also help your broadsides when being shot by dedicated anti-tank pieces, because your T6, so unless the gun is strength 12 or more, they'll be wounding you on 4s because of -1 to wound, because it only works if the strength is greater than your toughness. So again, broadsides having 8 wounds base, T6 2-up save, and with access to getting cover as well, if you position them correctly, can be quite obnoxious to remove. So I can see how it's doing really well. And then you've also got the other stratagem for Lone Op 18. And I think that Lone Op 18 offers you a different way of playing this detachment. It's not got as many tricks as, say, Retaliation with the Fire and Fade, or Kauyon with the -2 to charge, or Mont'ka with the mass deployment aggression with Strike Swiftly. But it offers you durable suits, the chance to exist in parts of the board where you would usually be shot, and just do Lone Op 18. So I think it's got some play. After a few games that I had, I liked the way it played. I missed some of the tricks, but started to really kind of build the list around maximising my output whilst allowing a suit unit to be protected from long range, and a suit unit to be more durable when it's in that mid to short range as a mid-table brawler. So for me, and I know the rest of the stats look a bit grim, but if you look at the low amounts of games, I mean, Mont'ka 42, 28 for Retaliation, and 6 for Auxiliary CAD, this is just a small snippet. So the most games that have been played have been the Experimental Prototype Cadre, then Kauyon, then Mont'ka, then Ret, then Auxiliary, then Kroot. So that's a snippet of that data just from the slate. Now, if you have a look at the... Let's have a look. What do I want to look at? This one briefly just shows us that we are still struggling. The upper quartile of games is 49% win rate. The bottom quartile is 40%. So we are still moving away from balance into struggling, which indicates if it carries on at this trend, we are going to need some sort of more support from Games Workshop to push ourselves back into that balanced area. And I know we're all praying for a few things like removing the split firing and whatnot, but let's not get too deep down the rabbit hole now, because that's not what we're trying to discuss in this episode. I just wanted to give you a snippet of where we're currently at, and if it continues this way, what we might need. Then we look at... let's have a look a little bit into the Prototype Cadre and see what it's doing really well into. So from the games that have been played, it's showcasing us that we're good into Space Marines, which doesn't surprise me, simply because we've got more lethality. And access to +1 strength and AP could be massive. If you look at the missile broadsides, strength 7, AP 1, 2 damage, twin linked with their high yields, going to strength 8, AP 2, twin linked means you'll be wounding Marines on 2s if you so happen to be taking missile broadsides. That's a hint, by the way. So really good into Marines, good into Chaos Space Marines, which is, you could say, well, Chaos Space Marines are just Marines, but they're not, because there's some crazy builds out there like Creations of Bile that can just be mass bodies, mass toughness, big units of possessed, Terminators, so on and so forth, that can be very hard to chew through if you don't take the right profiles in your list, like plasmas, flat 3 damage, so on and so forth. So we are doing well into, it says here, 3 games played against demons, and I don't know if that is the new demon detachment, because I have played against the new demon detachment, the Shadow Legion, and it's very, very powerful. Your screening game needs to be on point, and an uppy-downy Bloodthirster that when it kills something it goes away is quite annoying to ever get hold of. So doing good against demons. And then we've got a good win rate against Admech. And then they got, what other armies? Dark Angels, Drukhari, Tyranids, 1 game played against Votan, Genestealer, Eldari, 1 game though. And the average one is 50% against T-Suns. And then the reds are World Eaters, Astra Militarum, Necrons, Orcs, Death Guard, Custodes, and Imperial Knights. So to summarise, stat checklist is still a problem that you need to tech for. So Death Guard, bring in all tanks, bloat drones, you name it, Mortarion, they're really, really, really tough, and if you haven't brought the equivalent anti-tank, you're going to struggle. Imperial Knights, same sort of thing, right? They're going to have loads of War Dogs, maybe 1 big knight, and not, you know what I mean, the Helverins and the Warglaves, too used to talking about Chaos Knights, but I went against Imperial Knights, a very good friend of mine, Andrew Bourbon, very, very good, and plays lots of armies, but Knights is an army that's close to his heart, and yeah, if you don't bring the right profiles, they can just roll over you. So the other one, Custodes, so we're seeing a lot of the new Lion Detachment one, Unleash the Lions, I think it's called, I can't remember now. But you're going to have splitting Terminators, you're going to have low-up characters running around, and obviously you're still going to have Warden Bricks with the Blade Champions, which are 2 up, 4 up, and then a 4 up Feel the Pain at the beginning of a shooting phase that they can do for us, of course. So they're always going to be a stat check type of army. You got Orcs, but obviously it's the new Daka detachment, so that is going to be a very close game. I've talked to a couple of members that have managed to really keep a game close, but it was because of loan up that we had from the prototype, and a game keeping it within a point or so is crazy, especially with the power of Daka detachment right now. So I do think prototype has the ability to at least try and make a game of the Daka detachment versus Tau. And then Astra Militarum, Necrons, don't quite understand what's gone wrong there. We do have the profiles to deal with them, but I've seen a lot of guard builds that are using the, I think it's something of the Emperor, the Sieges, I think this was it called, the Siege Anvil one, where they can go through walls with vehicles. There's a lot of detachments to try and recall the name of. So, that's a snippet of the performance of the prototype. And then we're going to go straight into the Sheffield Supermajor. I decided to take the Experimental Prototype Cadre for 2 reasons, and 2 reasons only. 1, I wanted to try something new and experiment with this detachment to see if it's got the legs to hold up a Supermajor. And 2, I think it's got some nice tools to tackle the armies that I've just mentioned. You need Daka, Custodes, and stat checklists like Death Guard, like Guard, Imperial Guard as well, knights, custodies. So I thought, okay, let's give it a go. Gun to my head, what's the most powerful Tau detachment to run in the current state of the meta is Retaliation Cadre. Because of the Fire and Fade, the army-wide rule of +1 strength within 12 and +1 AP within 9 is super strong and needed right now. But I wanted to at least give this Experimental Prototype Cadre a shot. Right then, so what I've done, the Sheffield Super Major here, is I'm going to showcase some of the Tau lists that are being taken, and this event is happening this Saturday and Sunday. So I'm going to save mine till last, just to tease you. But we've got Joe Butler, who's taking Tau, and his list is Kroot 25 tourney list. So Joe has taken an Ethereal with 2 shield drones, Kroot Flesh Shaper with the Bolthrod Gland to give those Kroot crits on 5s in combat, another Flesh Shaper, a Lone Spear, another Lone Spear, 2 Trail Shapers, a Kroot War Shaper, and another Kroot War Shaper. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Kroot characters that can go into Kroot units. So it's 2 War Shapers, 2 Trail, and 2 Flesh. So assuming there'll be 1 of each in each of the 20 mans. So you'll have a War Shaper and Trail Shaper. Thinking about this, so you'll have, let me have a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I would do is I would have, let's have a look at his rest of his Kroot. 20 Kroot, 20 Kroot, 10 Kroot, 10 Kroot. So I'd have the Flesh Shaper and the Trail Shaper in both of the Kroot Carnivore squads. And then I'd have the War Shapers in the 10 mans, unless he's got Farstalkers. So he has got Farstalkers. So it could be War Shaper, Flesh Shaper in the 20 mans, and then the 2 Trail Shapers in the Farstalkers. So he's taken 2 Farstalker units, 3 units of 5 Hounds, 3 Rampages, 3 Rampages. Oh no, he's only got 3 Rampages. Then he's got 3 Krutox Riders, a Sky Ray, 2 Stealth, Vespid, and he's also got 2 Hammerhead Railguns. So you've got, let me have a look. 1, 2. He's got unit Vespids. He's got 1, 2, 3. 3 Guiders, 2 Stealth Suit Guides, and then obviously the Sky Ray that could guide. So the Stealth Suits will be there to guide the Railguns, potentially guide the Sky Ray, depending on what they're needing to use. So nice little Kroot list. Should do well. So next one, Ross Tully. I pretty much know this name already from Vanguard Tactics. Krooty won that juicy booty. Yeah, so he's rocking a good old classic list that he's ran before. Let's see if there's any changes. I might not spot these off the glance, but let me have a look. It's got an Ethereal for CP, Flesh Shaper, Lone Spear with a Kroot Hawk Flock for no deep strike within 12, and with him being lone up as well, means that you're not going to get to him from deep strike. He's got Trail Shaper, Nomadic 101 for the Assault +3 move, so making a unit of Kroot movement 10. War Shaper with a Root Carb weapon, so we can snipe out characters. 20-man Kroot, 20-man Kroot, 10-man Kroot, 10-man Kroot, 10-man Kroot, 10-man Kroot, so 4 units of 10 and 2 20s. Then you've got a Farstalker unit, another Farstalker unit, 3 units of 5 Hounds, 6 Rampages times 3. So 3 units of 6 Rampages, and then 2 units of 3 Krutox Riders, and a unit of 2 Krutox Riders, and a unit of Vespid. So good, love it. Very close to something that I'm going to be running at a certain point in time, probably for a small event in April. But I'm probably just going to go full-on Kroot. No Tau, just Kroot, because I'm missing my chickens, if I'm honest. It was good fun. Then we've got Sam Choy, and Sam Choy is running a Kauyon list, which I think is going to be the same as Will B's. I don't know if Sam knows Will, or if he's just copied the list, but Will ran this at South Coast and ended up coming 9th. And South Coast was a big super major ran by the UKTC too. So he's got Dark Strider, 2 units of Breachers, a unit of 10 Kroot, 2 units of 10 Pathfinders, 1 with the Grab, 1 with the Recon Drone, 3 units of 3 Stealth, a single Ghost Kill with Cyclic Iron Raker, Twin Fusion Blaster, and the Battlesuit Support System, 2 hammerheads with railguns, seeker missiles, smart missiles, 2 single piranhas, 3 riptides with ion, smart missile and missile pods, and then 2 devilfish with smart missile systems and seekers. Tony, good to see Tony hitting the scene again with Tau, and he's gone back to his roots, Daka D's nuts. So Tony has been, he originally started with Mont'ka and did really well with them, especially when T-Suns were a nightmare, and then he moved over to playing with Kroot for a while and testing a little bit of auxiliary, but now he's gone back to Mont'ka, so I'm really excited to see what's in his list. So rooting for you, buddy, this weekend, and I hope you do well. But what have you taken? You've gone with a Cadre Fireblade with 2 gun drones, Commander Shadow Sun, Firesight Marksman with the Strategic Conqueror. He's a lone op, so you can just make an objective, have an extra OC on it, or you choose your opponent's expansion objective to make it easier for you to deny. Kroot Warshaper is a fantastic tech, as if you've watched some of my previous videos, the Warshaper, because he has a free strat ability when you target him, you can utilize the strat for the extra AP because you pick him and another unit because he doesn't have to shoot, and it means you can do the extra AP on, say, breaches turn 1, especially if you wanted to use the auto advance. Having access to that free strat is fantastic. Single breach team, obviously going to go with the Cadre. You got broadsides, so he's gone 2 broadsides with smart missiles. He's got the high yield missile pods with 1 unit, and then the next unit has also got high yield missile pods. So it's broadside time, baby. So 2 broadsides, all with high yields, and he's got 2 iron cannon hammerheads with smart missiles or seekers. Kroot Carnival Squad, Kroot Hound Squad, 3 Pathfinder teams, 1 with let me have a look, Grav Drone, Recon Drone, and Grav Drone. So 2 forms of -2 to charge, can cover 2 sides of the board, and obviously he's got an infiltrating unit of Pathfinders. And then he's got a Piranha with 2 Seeker Missiles, and he's got 2 Razor Shark Strike Fighters. This is going to be interesting, spicy. For the Flyers, I don't think the UKTC scene is going to be ready for this. They're going to be like, what? Flyers? When? Huh? So really interested to see how this list performs, buddy. They're really good to target infantry because they get +1 to hit against anything that doesn't fly. And with their AP, they can also be boosted by the stratagem for 2 of them. They can suddenly be quite high AP, so it's AP 3 when overcharged. And then you've got 2 stealth and 1 Vespid team. Nice list, definitely different. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on that one. Then we got Will Be, and let's just double check if it is the same list. So Dark Strider, 2 Breachers, Kroot Carnival Squad, 2 Pathfinders, 1 with Grav, 1 with Recon, I think, if he's done that. So Recon Drone, nope, both with Recon. 3 units of 3 Stealth, unit of Vespid, a Ghost Keel, 2 Hammerhead, Railguns, Seekers, Smart Missiles, a Piranha with the Burst Cannon, and it's gone with Triple Riptide, Iron Accelerator, Missile Pod, Twin Smart Missiles, then 2 Devilfish with Seekers. I think that Piranha has not had its upgrades clicked, so I'll send you a message, bud. You got a chance to get it altered. Cool. Solid. He did very well with it, so less Daka with the sad face. Unfortunately, I agree, mate. They've not got as much Daka as Orcs, but you are a fine general, and I'm sure you'll be doing well this upcoming weekend. Right then, let's get into it. My list. You ready? So, Experimental Cadre. Commander Farsight, because having access to a reduction of a CP is great in this detachment, because there's some powerful stratagems that you want to do all the time, but CP management is crucial to get the most out of this list. I've got a Cold Star Commander with 3 fusions, 2 shield drones, a shield generator, and fusion blades. The fusion blades giving me access to that additional shot meant that I could actually give a bit of durability to this commander because he can just pop things solo, and he's got 2 extra bladed wounds due to the shield drones, so he's going to have 4 fusions in total. 2 of them are going to be strength 12, melter 4. So really potent, and if you stick essentially sustained and lethal on that, any ones that I roll, it's going to be insane. Any 6s are going to be much appreciated, and this guy could certainly be one-tapping big things. Then I've got another cold start because speed is crucial. I need to be able to reach certain places, and the cold start giving me assault and +2 move from my crisis suits is going to allow me to do so. So this cold start has got a cyclic iron blaster, 2 plasma rifles, a shield generator, 2 shield drones. It's got the plasma accelerator rifle. So again, rather than going for extra DACA, I've gone for a bit of durability on these characters. So then 3 of my characters here have got invuns. And with access to the stratagem to allow me to recover D3+1 wounds, that's why I've done it. Because even if I lose the retinue that they're joined, the commanders can still punch up into things. And so I want to keep them alive a lot more. Then I've got an Enforcer commander with a marker drone, shield drone, and 4 missile pods. Now, Enforcers are more durable because they got a 2+ save, so I didn't necessarily need the 4-up invuln, and he's going to be probably looking to make use out of some long-range firepower, so I might not be getting as close as say the units, and there is stratagems like the lone op that I talked about earlier on in this video that could really help this unit survive from range. I've got a single strike team, a Guardian Drone Gun Drone. The strike team is really good because I would take more, but the points ended up being quite tight. But the ability to shoot something that, as long as it's infantry, and give them -1 to hit was going to be great into orcs. So I wanted to make them hit worse than they currently do. And I can keep them still and fire the SMS turret, and because it's still one of their attacks, it's going to be great. So if I do get a hit, suddenly that orc unit is going to be -1 to hit. And this is the big cheese. I've gone for 3 units of broadsides. Yes, that's right, 3 units of broadsides. This is the broadside detachment, in my opinion. I've gone with all of my broadsides have smart missile systems and weapon support systems, so ignoring hit mods. I've got 2 of the units with rails and the missile drones, and I've got 1 unit that's got the high yield missile pods, the weapon support system, smart missiles. So the idea here is that my lack of seekers, if you will, can be made up for by having sustained and lethal with the stratagem. And because I'm obviously spending this stratagem on a unit that has an innate 4-up feel no pain against mortals, means that when I do take the hazardous tests, I'm going to be shrugging them off on 4-ups. So this stratagem suite of both the lethal or sustained or both for 1 CP is great on broadsides. And then on the other unit, the missile broadsides, I can do the other stratagem, so experimental ammunition, and I can either have +1 strength or +1 strength in AP and have hazardous. So those missiles can go from strength 7 to strength 8, AP1 to AP2, and they're twin linked. And also, more importantly, the smart missiles go from strength 5 to strength 6. And they are also twin linked in AP1. So actually they could be winning on things like mini knights from 6s to 5s, because a strength 5 would be winning on 6s, but strength 6 means they're winning on 5s, and because it's twin linked, it boosts their efficiency a lot more. And then you've got the missile drones as well, which are 8 shots in total, 7, 1, 2, but now become 8, 2, 2. So those broadsides can really pop off. And then I've got crisis suits. So I've got 2 finite teams, 1 all with plasma, 1 all with missile. So obviously the cold star with the plasma goes in the plasma crisis team, and then the enforcer missiles goes in the missile finite team. Then I've got 2 Sunforge teams, 1 to potentially go with Farsight, with the other 1 to go with the cold star with the fusion blades. So I've got 4 crisis teams, 4 commanders, and 6 broadsides. That's a lot of DACA, so I'm really bringing guns to bear. But I'm not without utility. I've brought a Kroot Carnivore squad for sticky objectives. I've got a Pathfinder team with the recon drone and the 3 iron rifles and 2 gun drones. I've got a Pathfinder team with the Grav for -2 to charge with 2 gun drones and the 3 iron rifles. I've got 3 units of stealth. So my list is basically I'm bringing all guns to bear, but I'm bringing very durable units. With the fact that any of my crisis suits can utilize the lone op 18, any of my crisis suits can do the -1 to wound, any of my crisis suits can basically recover wounds. My broadsides can't do the lone op, unfortunately, but they can do the -1 to wound. They can also recover wounds as well. and I've got enough screens and guiding to keep me through the game. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to using this new detachment to see if it's got legs. In terms of the big names, we're still going to have, for example, I think Ben Jones did really well last time, and Ben Jones is taking the Orcs again, the Daka detachment. So more Daka, Beast Boss, Big Mech, Shock Attack 1x3. You've got Zogrog, Beast Snagger, a unit of boys, 4 trucks, flash kits, Gretchen, big 20-man, 2 units of 10 Gretchen, commando unit, 10-man looters, 10-man looters, 10-man looters, tank busters. So 4 trucks, lots of Daka, lots of bigger shock attack guns. So that Lone Up 18 is going to hopefully come into play and help me out. In terms of, I don't know if there's any custodies. Let's have a look. Lines of the Emperor, Draxus, Shield Captain Alaris Terminator armor, Shield Captain Alaris Terminator, Shield Captain on Dawn Eagle Jetbike, Trajan, 4 Custodian Guard, 4 Custodian Guard, 4 Custodian Guard, Prosecutor, Alaris Custodians, and Custodian Warden unit. So my SMS I've got 24 SMS that can basically pick off their small scoring pieces like their prosecutors, and against the Orcs I could just, if I go first, I can just indirect the grots off the board, and then I don't have to worry about Zogrod doing his thing. So there is tactical choices that I've made within my list. So look at Eldari. Okay, Vix list. Devoted if you need. Autark, Fusion Gun, Vizark, Yvrain, Wave Serpent, 10 Dark Reapers, 5 Dark Reapers, 5 Dark Reapers, 5 Fire Dragons, 5 Fire Dragons, Howling Banshee, Rangers, Warp Spiders, Wind Riders, and the Incubi. So, Wave Serpent and speedy unit of Wind Riders to basically make use out of the lethal intent, and lots of got some big anchors, damage dealers, and also small pieces that can punch up as well. So my SMS will come in handy, but I just have to time it correctly, because anytime I kill a unit, it triggers a lethal intent. If I shoot a unit and don't kill it, it can react to move, so there's plenty of jank that they can do. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you've enjoyed that quick overview. What I would say to you is that if you are considering coming to join the Puretide program, this week is all going to be about the Prototype Cadre. When I shared in my announcement section, I'd done probably over, in March in total, I've probably done over 30 plus videos on the content library when it comes to not only showcasing how to build balanced lists, but also how to deploy said lists on every terrain format, UKTC, GW, WTC, and the videos are like 20 minutes, half an hour each, so they give you a lot of content. So if you are maybe sitting on the fence thinking, you know, I need a little bit of assistance, don't know really where to turn, I don't want to spend a lot of money, but I would like to maybe see what it's all about, then I've designed this basic training academy to be available from the lowest tier that I offer, which is the Pathfinder tier, which is around about £5 or £6 a month when you include tax to it, and you gain access to my Discord, you get access to the content library, and then the live calls that I demonstrate stuff on are, we do one a month for demonstration day, which is available to Pathfinders and everybody, which is happening this Friday, and I'm going to be showcasing how to deploy the Experimental Prototype Cadre detachment. And then if you're looking for a bit more, the Shasprey level gives you access to the Q&A session with me, so you can bring your problems and leave with solutions. And also we've got the list building call that happens every 2 weeks, and it's landing this week as well on Thursday, so you can bring your list to me, have them reviewed, refined, and optimized. So I'd really love for you to come and join. And if you are a very competitive player and you want to bring your game to that next level, maybe you want to kind of go 4-1, 5-0, win an event, then Chassel is the right tier for you. And we do have Better the Meta call, which is going to be done straight after the Sheffield Super Major on the Sunday evening. So I'm going to be doing a quick kind of rundown of the event in terms of what it looked like and who performed the best. So it's almost like a real time stat check. And then also the following week, I'm going to be doing the tournament reviews where I go into every matchup that I've experienced in the event and showcase how I performed, what I did, the decisions, the tactics, the stratagems, you name it, you get it all. So anyway, guys, I wish you a fantastic week. Please do the normal for me. Help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Like, comment, subscribe. What are your thoughts on the new Experimental Cadre? Are you having some success? Are you having some struggles with it? What are you most enjoying? What maybe aren't you enjoying? Let me know in the comments. It's really good to engage with you as a community. And then, like I said, click on the description and go over to the WAP webpage to sign up to the Puretide program. You do obviously have the Shah Suite here. Our Discord is growing daily. We're up to like 2,300 and something now, I think, give or take. Let me have a look, because now my brain's thinking I need the exact number. Yeah, 2,312 members at the moment, and it's growing daily. And obviously people are signing up left, right, and centre to the subscriptions. So come and join us. But anyway, have a fantastic week, Talvar, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.